Films are shot and watched for a variety of reasons: money, art, entertainment, pastime, and drum roll cognition. You see, once you watch a serious film based on real events, something in you is likely to change. You will learn something new and broaden your horizons. And it's just perfect. It's great that movies, or to some extent like books, can teach us something or at least push us towards further research. And in this cool day-to-day post we have put together 10 great films for you which will undoubtedly push you in at least some direction. First place, Amadeus, 1781, and the court composer Antonio Salieri copes with his duties perfectly. He is even considered very talented. But then, at the court of King Emperor Joseph I, Mozart appears, a true genius endowed with the divine gift to feel and create music. Mozart is arrogant and impudent. Sometimes it happens with geniuses. And all would be nothing, but Salieri could not bear the shame at all costs of Mozart he intends to humiliate. Second place, Little Man Tate. The story of a child, not quite ordinary of course, because he knew how to draw and play the piano, write poetry and calculate the cubic root of a complex fraction. In general, a boy named Fred Tate was a child prodigy. Third place, Find Forrester. This is an amazing and piercing story about a great writer who refused contacts with the outside world a long time ago, preferring to spend all time alone with himself. The book of his authorship in the distant past turned out to be a true masterpiece that won the Pulitzer Prize, but since then Mr. Forrester has written nothing more and has not communicated with anyone at all. Fourth place, Good Will Hunting. Another story about a child prodigy named Will Hunting, but like all the exciting stories, it has its own fun features and touching moments. Firstly, our Will is a real bully who simply can't stay away from troubles, and fights are his favorite pastime. After one such hobby evening, a professor, embodied by actor Robin Williams, takes our genius under his care. But on one condition. Will must undergo psychotherapy under his guidance. Reluctantly agreeing to this experiment, Will soon realizes that he may have found a true friend in an elderly mentor. Fifth place, Stephen Hawking Universe. The film tells the story of the relationship between the brilliant physicist Stephen Hawking and his wife Jane. A beautiful love story that unfolded against the background of the formation and transformation of Hawking into one of the largest physicists of our time. Sixth place, Mind Games. The protagonist of the film was the mathematician John Forbes Nash Jr., who at one time did a titanic work in the field of game theory, which turned this section of mathematics upside down and practically brought him international fame. In the future he will become a Nobel laureate, but before that he and his wife will have to endure together incredible and difficult trials that will forever leave a mark in their lives. Seventh place, Evidence. Catherine Hardley conveys the death of her father, a brilliant mathematician whose greatness has always stood on the verge of madness. One of her father's former students, Hal, who delves into the scientist's notebooks in the hope of finding another proof of his greatness, helps her survive the loss, overcome long-held fears and overcome spiritual emptiness. And here's what is interesting. Will it find? Eighth place, Intelligence Quotient. An extremely funny story about Albert Einstein acting as a Cupid, his niece, and a simple mechanic who fell in love with a beautiful girl without memory. But the trouble is, the tribe is already engaged to a boor scientist, and only the great physicist can help his protege win the love of a beautiful girl. Caution, spoilers. In the film, references to the cold fusion formula for rocket engines are possible. Ninth place, Imitation Game. Friends, can you solve Fermat's theorem? Not. Well, okay. We have a simpler task for you. All you have to do is crack the super secret Enigma code. Hard again. But the English mathematician and logician Alan Turing did it during the Second World War, and incidentally, and as it were, by the way, invented a prototype of a modern computer. So we look, admire and thank this great scientist. 10th place, Pi. For many years, the talented mathematician Max Cohen has been trying to find and decrypt a universal digital code, according to which the rates of all exchange stocks change.